Hi, Debbie Samuels here. Our great verse today is found in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16, and it says, "Therefore, we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we're wasting away, yet inwardly we're being renewed day by day." As I read this verse, I looked back in my life and I had a beautiful reflection of a man who completely believed in this verse until he was taken home to be with Jesus. And that was my dad. My dad, when he first started his journey into faith, is when he met a beautiful woman at the roller skating rink. Her name was Dolores, and he wanted to take her out on a date. And she said, "You're going to have to go through my mom." And when he asked her mother for a date with her daughter, she said, "I'll let you go out with her on a Friday if you go to church with us the Sunday before." So he found himself Sunday by Sunday sitting in church next to his future mother-in-law and his future wife, listening to the beautiful truth of the gospel. And there is where he said yes. He also knew at that time that he was being called into ministry. So after he married my mom, he started in his work in seminary, and then they started their church work all throughout Oregon and then into California. I remember when he was getting about in his 60s, he came to me and said, "I just feel that there is a population that is not being ministered to, and that is the seniors that are living in care homes, retirement centers, or their home on hospice." He said the only way that they are going to have a pastor in their life is if one goes to them, and I want to be that pastor. So there he gave up the church work to go do his mission work in his community, and he served faithfully for 40 years to the seniors in this area. I remember as he was getting into his mid-90s, though, it was getting harder and harder for him to do the ministry, but he would not give up. He began to write them monthly newsletters about how to stay faithful in your older age. And one day he said, "Debbie, I know God is going to call me home soon. And when he does," and he pointed to a box that were filled with addressed envelopes ready to go, he said, "Put those in the mail. And those are going to all the people that I minister to when Jesus calls me home." And that day that I held his hand along with my sister, and I knew his eyes were turned to heaven. I knew he was being renewed, even though his body was wasting away, and he finished the call that Jesus called him to. My question to you is, do you know your call? Do you know what Jesus is calling you to? And can you stay with it till the end? I hope you can. God bless you today as you meditate on his word.